Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Everton Club Call. Is the end in sight for 777's takeover bid? That is what we are asking you.
That's what we want,
the people. Of course, if you're a Premier member, make sure you get in touch with us. The link is there for you to speak to us and put your point of view across.
Yeah.
To the question. Good evening, Pedro. How are you?
Makes it look
I've
like
been with you all day, but I mean, I'm just there. Look. Just quite worked.
Oh.
There it is. Look,
There it is.
yet. Stop it. Yeah,
It's warm in here.
it is. A bit warmer.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I'd like to hear people's opinions on this because it's been a strange few days, hasn't it? On the old takeover front. And we need it sorted, and be interesting to get people's point of views on it and where they feel it is, whether they feel like 777's takeover is absolutely dead in the water, or can it come back? Can it be sorted? Are they in too deep? Have they put too much money into the club for it not to be stopped? Will Josh be selling his cap at the end of the week because he won't have any money? That's what we'd like to know, because it's just a really bad situation, isn't it? At the moment, we're in limbo, all as fans. You know, there's 2 extra weeks that have been granted. What does that actually mean? Is that just contractual? Are there other people waiting in the wings? You know, will they show themselves? And what damage will it do if it's not sorted out soon to our summer plans? If we had any summer plans, I'm sure we do. But what will it do to the current team? You know, the team that plays on Sunday, will it be the last time that team plays together because of 1, 2, 3, 4? Maybe not put up for sale, because I think everyone's for sale. Will it depend on who comes in for who when? You know, if someone like Bayern Munich come in for Onana straight away, will that mean if Manchester United come in for Branthwaite straight away, will that mean he goes and other people have to stay? You know, what will be the situation? So it'd be nice to hear what other people feel in this week, the last week of the season. Let's not forget that as well, because that's another thing I'd like to hear people. You know, Sunday. How are people feeling about Sunday? A huge game for Arsenal and nothing game for Everton. But could that make things not tricky, but just like you're a little bit worried that we could be heavily embarrassed on Sunday? Or does it really matter now that everything's done and dusted? Like to hear what people think.
Just before we carry on, did you see that? The Juventus Creator Lab? What they created?
What did they create?
For people to new content and stuff. It's just unbelievable where it is. Just on their thing.
I seen something yesterday. It's like the strongest ever. The strongest ever AI come out, didn't it, yesterday?
Oh.
And basically, you can have a conversation where you can put a phone in between 2 people who speak to each other in a different language, and the phone instantly translates and says, he said this, she said that instantly. That's terrifying.
Can we get one of them for our board? It's the board of AI.
Yeah, it's full AI. CEO AI, go full AI.
And see if it works.
I mean, they say never go full AI, but I'm not sure, because we've had a full human board. Where did that get us?
Yeah,
where did that get us?
So why not?
AI's not getting headlocked, is it?
You wouldn't have thought so.
No.
Be quite difficult, I imagine.
And that would start the robot wars, and no one wants that either.
No.
Do you know what I mean? No one wants the robot wars started. Some people, Ned probably would. He'd probably be all over the robot wars. You can imagine Ned straight away giving in and going, "I'll be a little rat for you people." Sorry, what was that, Ned? Which side would he be on? Would he be on robot? Yeah. Got your mic on there? No, I didn't think you did.
No. It's fine. You're eating. You need
to put your camera on as well. Right, have we got Eddie?
Have we?
I think we've got Eddie.
You know.
Ned said, don't put your headphones on for like 10 minutes.
I've done my work now.
Oh, you done your work. So you're saying that what you did is you set this.
I'm going very John Blaine here.
Wow, what's up? Oh, you and John Blaine, old people.
No,
honest
you
to God.
just give me the dodgiest one.
Honest to God, lad. Do you think Ned basically said, it's going to take me 10 minutes to do this, did it in 2 minutes, so we go, oh, you're amazing. Look at you.
Under promise, over deliver.
Over-delivered, yeah.
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 I really hurt that.
What, just talking?
Okay,
No,
let's
that's
just...
Let's put Eddie on. Let's put
get
Eddie on. Ned's just been hurt in a Toblerone incident.
Wow.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello?
Go on,
Can you
mate.
guys hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you, Ed.
Nice. So basically, I like my first thing here is 777 have till the end of this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before and then their contract expires, and then Mashiri can pursue anyone else, right? That's my understanding
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, well, personally, after a $600 million civil lawsuit, the airline going bankrupt, Standard Liège having a transfer ban again. We want the 31st to get here with them not being able to afford to pay off the rest of the remaining, how much ever they would need to for the takeover to materialize, right? And
Possibly, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
And then that's where we're waiting for if there is a random ghost out there that has 500 million to throw in to take over us practically. Which I really, if we are able to sort this out before the transfer window opens, this is where my question was going. Does that mean we don't have to sell, or would we still have to sell to comply with PSR and FFP?
I imagine we'll still have to sell it, to be honest with you. Because it doesn't come down to cash, it comes down to what you've brought in and what's gone out. And while there's still a stadium to be paid for, there's a big chunk of money going out every month. Regardless of whether you could have an owner with huge amounts of money.
Like Newcastle then?
Yeah.
We would be in the boat
And
of
look at them.
Newcastle?
Newcastle, from a purely economic point of view, do not have to sell Bruno Guimaraes, Alexander Isaac, or anybody else in
Anthony
that squad.
Gordon.
Anthony Gordon to Liverpool. They don't have to sell any of them, but they do because of PSR. So Everton, I imagine, will be in exactly the same boat. Now, how much they need to raise is a different question, and they're not going to tell us that.
Yeah, you would assume Newcastle over the last couple of years have been spending a lot more to get to where they are. They've been spending smartly, but they've been spending more than what they've been selling.
440 million, isn't it? They spent in 2 seasons or something.
Yeah. Well, Everton, on the other hand, we kind of keep it kind of net neutral if possible. Really. We don't. I don't think we're that much in the red in terms of how much we've how many players we bought in. Outside of just the stadium cost, but where is it going with this? Oh yeah, just a quick little follow on here. If Anthony Gordon does get sold to Liverpool, do we get any money from that? Did we have a sell-on clause?
Yes.
Do we know how much that sell-on clause is?
No clue. That is just out there today. I've just seen that. Actually, I'd forgotten all about this, but that is out there that Everton would benefit from Newcastle selling them. Everton would get money. So, let me just put it this way. I don't think Newcastle are going to sell Anthony Gordon, and I'm not sure Liverpool would want to spend whatever it is. How much is
100 million is what I saw.
Liverpool aren't paying 100 million for Anthony Gordon.
No.
Not when they've got Michael Edwards back. Yeah. But if somebody wanted to buy Anthony Gordon and Newcastle thought they'd sell him, then yes, Everton would benefit. I imagine it's probably around 15%. Something like that. 10 to 15% maybe. That's normally what they are. Sometimes they're less, sometimes they're more.
Do we get 5 or 10 million about?
Yeah, I mean, if someone, I imagine if someone bought him for 100 million, Everton would end up with around 10 million from it, maybe. Something like that, 7.5 million, 10 million. that kind of thing, which is always nice, isn't it? It's always good to, you know. But it's got to be a real thing, Ed.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't think Liverpool ain't paying 100 million for Anthony Gordon. Put it that way.
Yeah, it would be nice.
That'd be lovely. It'd be lovely. That would sharpen Evertonians' images and opinions of him even more.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But it'd be nice for the money.
Yeah. Because didn't he start off at the Liverpool Academy before he moved to Everton?
Yeah. And he was released when he was 11, wasn't he? I think he was released when he was 11, and Everton took him. And then he did. I suppose he didn't ever kind of say that he was an Evertonian. He'd always say, "I've been at the club since I was 11." When you look at like Lewis Warrington, who you know is a proper Evertonian, season ticket holder, him and his brother and all that. You know the real Evertonians, the ones that say, "Oh, I've had a great time here. I've been here since I was." I remember Ped interviewing John Joe Kenny and asking him like memories of the first game, and it was like, I remember my granddad brought me to a game. Don't know where I sat at this, that, and it doesn't matter. Of course, it doesn't matter. No. It's just sometimes with local kids, when they're at the club, you just naturally think they support the club. And I'll be honest, mate, I want a few unbelievable kids coming through who are Liverpool fans, and I want them to come through and be boss for us, because we've had so many in the past who've been Reds, who've been really good footballers. I want a few, who've been Evertonians who've been at Liverpool and been really good. We haven't had it the other way, have we? Really? So it'd be nice to have a few who were like, oh yeah, I loved Steven Gerrard as a kid, but now I love banging 30 goals in for Everton or something, you know, and I love scoring against them at Anfield.
That'd be the dream.
That'd be the dream. Not the full dream, but it'd be a bit of a dream. Just to have some good kids coming through, whether you be start. Ones that ones that are gonna, who you look and go, he's gonna play in our first team. He's really good. That's what you want. There'll be lads there now. We've got potential and who need. But it'd be great to have another. Of course it would. But another Wayne Rooney or a Ross Barkley, who you could see getting straight into that team immediately. Anthony Gordon, to be fair.
Yeah,
who actually liked that?
He's quick. Actually, talking about Ross Barkley, if he's a free, well, would you guys take him back? Because I've seen a lot of, like, at least at the Luton game, people booed him, and I mean, I get it because he's not like he snaked the club, but would you take him back, or like, I don't know, like what are your opinions on like Ross Barkley?
I will take Ross Barkley back because
he's a good player.
Essentially. If Everton had a big pot of money, then no, because I think there's better options. But if it's reported like it is that he can leave for free because they've got relegated, then yes, I would take Ross Barkley. I think he's a good footballer. I don't blame him fully for how he left. Ronald Koeman forced that issue. Ross Barkley used it, don't get me wrong. His advisors used it to his benefit, but Ross Barkley still wanted to sign a new Everton deal in April of the season before, and Koeman engineered the fracture in the relationship because he wanted him out. However, he should have, if he'd have just gone in the summer when he was gone to Evertonians,
I think a lot more.
Well, I think Evertonians would have looked at him differently. It would have, some still wouldn't have forgiven, because you never want one of your own leaving.
Yeah,
but I think people would have gone, well, it is what it is, and we were moving into a different era anyway. We had a lot of money to spend and all that. What he did, I wouldn't say is unforgivable, but it wasn't good for the football club. But I've moved on, and I look at Everton now and think, in my opinion, I just want good players. Again, just a caveat it, I think if we had a big pot of money and the options were different, I wouldn't go near him. But I don't think we haven't got a big pot of money, and I think he's still a good footballer, Pat.
I think he is a good footballer. I think he's proved that this year. He's done it. He's had a good season for a poor side, and he's had a full season as well. And if the option was there to bring him in, and it wasn't silly, and maybe again you bring him in on a 1 year, just to
with an option,
and do it that way. I think people have to move on from situations. Mightn't like it, but I think you have to move on in life, and you can't let things hold you back. People are allowed to have their feelings, of course they are.
Absolutely.
People are allowed to have their emotions, of course they are. And I believe that at Luton he did come over with the Everton players to clap the fans, and he did get a few, typical boos and stuff, which you would get from the away fans. But I think that's almost like, I remember when Rooney started to try and get himself back into the fan base, because of course whether you decide you want to play for that club or not, you've got to have a life after football, and life after football is a lot longer than your
still an Evertonian
than your football career. So I'd have no real problem with it, because I just think that, yes, of course there are some things that are maybe unforgivable. I just think that we do get a little bit too emotional at times, whereas I think in other countries that we feel like there's a more of a ultra culture and all that kind of thing. I think these things aren't seen, don't get me wrong, things like what Lukaku did to Inter and things like that, they are, he was going to move to Juve and these things, some of them are, but players do move around and people make mistakes as well, and they're badly advised, and don't speak up knowing what the ramifications and think they're doing the right thing. So I think enough water's gone under the bridge, and I'd take him back because I think he's a good player. I think he's got something to offer Everton.
He's creative.
He'd be free. He moves the ball well. He can play in a couple of different positions. And you just look at our squad.
Goal in him as well.
And you look at our squad next season, and you think it could do with a few players like that.
Yeah. We've got to assess it almost neutrally, Ed. And I'm not calling people who don't want Ross Barkley. You've got your own emotional relationship with your football club, haven't you? We're not all going to agree on players. We'll all have a different opinion on players. We have a different opinion on managers, coaches, owners, whatever it may be in football, referees, colours of the kit, whatever, because it's an emotional game. But I think right now, personally, the view I'm taking of it is where we are as a football club, money-wise, and what we'll have available, what we're trying to do. If we can get a couple of quality players in for relatively low wages and low fees that help us, it's all about moving into that new stadium as a Premier League team. And this summer, I would suggest will be really difficult. We might come out of it strong, don't get me wrong. We might come out of it going, you know what, we've done really well. We've brought in some exciting young players from around Europe, whatever. And we've got a couple of these older experienced players, and the squad's got to go. But let's hope that's what we're all saying on September the 1st. But just right now, Wilfred Ndidi's the other one who's been mentioned with Everton, and he's gone off the boil big time in 18 months. But I would take him as well for free, on a free, because I think if you get him focused, he's a really good option in midfield as well to have as a defensive midfield player. And we are where we are right now. And we might just have to bite our lip a little bit this summer and kind of just go, okay. So if we can get a bit more quality in it, I would take him. But I understand people who wouldn't. I get that as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I've watched a couple Luton games, and I think looking at our midfield, he would be like the most creative force, because like he makes passes that are at least a lot of our players, like Onana tries them sometimes, but I feel he would be a good addition, like as a creative force, especially if we don't have money, which it seems like we won't. But yeah, so I personally think he would also be a good addition to add to the team. And then I guess the last thing I have is for the Arsenal game, personally, I think we're gonna be. I think it's gonna be the same thing that happened like 2 years ago, when we played them and then we got battered, and like Donny Van de Beek was the only one that scored, and then he left the club and never heard of him again. But it's gonna suck because we've been undefeated since Sean Dyche has put on a tracksuit. So it's going to be sad to see that record go away.
Maybe you should wear a suit and knowing.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That would be smart. That would be smart.
Just kind of going.
Yeah. And then if we lose,
if we don't get a bad result, he can say, "See, it's nothing to do with the suit."
But if we lose, you can say, "Oh, the trackie was it was in the wash or something."
Trackie will return for the 24-25
yeah,
season.
trackie will coming soon. The trackie will return. No, I think don't forget as well when we played Arsenal a couple of years ago when we got beat. We had just come off the Thursday game, and there was a very scratch team put together for that game. Begovic was in goal. Let's not forget.
True.
Nice one.
No, lovely fella. I'm just saying he was in goal.
Delhi's only start.
Delhi played. Couple of youngsters and
Donny van der Beek's
Danny
only
van
goal
der
for
Beek
Everton.
got the goal and
Price's debut.
Yeah, it was a bit of a So I think we'll be a little bit more together on Sunday, and hopefully we can just stifle them and just try and see out a good game. But who knows? Who knows? I went there a few years ago and it actually was the last time Lukaku and Ross Barkley pulled on an Everton shirt. So Lukaku scored.
Do you think we'll see Danjuma play?
The 3-1.
No. Why would you play him?
I don't know. Just to throw him out.
No, Sean, he's just like, this is the last game of the season, and just to prove how much I don't like you, you're not playing in this game either.
I found that crazy at Sheffield that he just didn't come on the field.
But neither did Beto though, which was even like sort of
you
crazy.
put
a bit
Chimichi
crazy,
on.
wasn't it? It was like, I've decided I don't like you as well. My friend, no, I'm only messing.
I think. Listen, I think there's the reality with Danjuma is what is the point?
Yeah,
that's what you've got to look at. What will be the point? Everton aren't keeping Danjuma.
No.
And therefore, what will be the point? You may as well just,
Played Lewis Dobbin.
Just leave him where he is. Yeah, you are better off putting Chimiti on or Lewis Warrington on or Beto, because I'd imagine he'll still be here. Danjuma, what's the point?
Yeah,
he's not going to be
fair.
here. What? So. Because I think it depends how the manager looks at it. If he's looking for some building blocks for next season, you're gonna learn more from giving Mackenzie Hunt 10 minutes or
Chimiti,
Metcalf, Yusuf Chimiti, Beto, give him a little bit. Every minute he plays in the Premier League, a bit more experience. Putting Danjuma on's not going to be here. What is the point? There's literally 0 points. So, no,
would you start Beto?
No,
just to change it up.
No, I'd start Chimiti before I start Beto.
I think I'd give Chimiti a go. Dom will start, let's be honest, and why wouldn't he? But I would be looking to get Chimiti into I'd be looking to get Chimiti on behind either Beto or Dom. Probably Dom to start with.
Yeah.
And see how he does in that little pocket just in front of, let him float around, see if he can pick the bits up, and then you've got a choice with the Corey. You can either drop him a little bit further back or whatever. But listen, Sean Dyche will go strong as he can.
Which I respect, but I find a little boring. I want to see other players play.
No, what the heck? Listen, you're absolutely right, and I think a lot of managers would go differently on Sunday. I think a lot of managers would look and say, this game really doesn't mean anything. Because we've got 40 points, we're 48 points, but we're on 40 points. We're not going anywhere. Whatever.
Yeah, even
and
if
this
we
is
get
my opportunity.
Like the 9 points, we're still safe, which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
No, but I think a lot of managers have planned that it's more beneficial for me to give Mackenzie Hunt and Lewis Warrington or Jensen Metcalf minutes rather than Abdoulaye Doucouré and
exactly
whatever,
like
Ashley Young, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. But Sean Dyche will look at it and go, well, we're going to start off strong, and then we'll see. But I hope that he does. I hope he does make some changes that give the younger lads, who may well be needed to be part of this squad next season, don't forget, because of finances, that they get some time.
Yeah,
because like personally, I wouldn't start Dom. Just like he hasn't been injured, but I don't really want to risk it. Like just
you got 3 months.
Yeah, well, you never know. Like we're very unlucky in that way. Like
he's hoping. Let's be honest. He's hoping for a hat-trick on Sunday to get called up into Gareth Southgate's squad, because he mentions in that interview he wants to be back in here. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin will still be looking to go and start on Sunday and have a go against like Saliba and Gabriel, who are two very good centre-backs, and try to catch Gareth Southgate's eye one more time, won't he? Even though the chances are incredibly slim for him, he will still be thinking he might have half a chance. Who knows, won't he? So I imagine the manager will just go with it. But I do get your point, Eddie. I get your point.
Nice one, Ed.
Top man, Ed.
Cheers, mate.
Guys.
See you later.
All right, nice one. See you later, Ed. Ta-ra, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, there you go. He's going to go strong, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is. So he should.
Yeah, fair play. Do you not see any value in giving some of the younger lads some minutes?
No. Because I don't think there's any value in the younger players. Premier League clubs to vote on proposal to scrap VAR from next season. Resolution formally submitted by Wolves to abolish system, plus will be on the agenda on June the 6th AGM. Yeah. Any real change needs 14 of the 20 to pass.
Sure, this is all down to the petition as well that was doing the rounds to scrap it. AI offsides coming in, which is important.
So what? AI offsides, yes, and
no VAR.
And goal line technology.
Yeah, and no VAR, because basically everyone's been done. Unless you're one of the top 3 or 4 clubs, you've been done.
I can't see 14 voting.
I can't. I think it'll stay, but at least it's getting questioned, isn't it? Which is never a bad thing. I think it's always good to reevaluate. You know, the people doing it aren't good enough. Yeah. So let's go. I'm not convinced that's his name, but I think we. It's an interesting mashup from Ned.
That's interesting.
But we have got Dave is on the line. Dave, are you there?
All right, lads.
Hello,
right?
Dave. How are you, mate?
A lot better since we last spoke. A lot more calmer. I'll just listen to your expert advice as well, Paz. You know, if we are where we are, then we're not where we're not.
Exactly. That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Tales of wisdom, mate, that you only get through subscribing to Toffee.
That's it. Oh, mate, you've got to throw it out there and help. See if you can help one person. Aim to help one person a day.
With age comes knowledge.
Exactly. And just for men. What do you want to say, Dave?
Well, obviously, you know, I think you've kind of touched on some of the things we're going to talk about, because you're a very well-rounded discussion on the last chat. But obviously, we know that money's too tight to mention, to quote a famous man. But if you could look at the loan market, I think it's going to be incredibly important for us next season.
Yeah,
and perhaps a cut price deal from one of the teams that have gone down. Who would it be? I'm just curious to see, you know, who you lads would look at as a potential value in them two circumstances.
In the 3 that have gone down?
Yes, yeah. And let's say 2 players, so a loan player.
Oh, okay, a loan player and a buy.
Yeah, pick a bit of a budget buy from one of the teams that have gone down.
Ooh. There's nobody at Sheffield United. Nobody I'd have.
Burnley. Brun Larsen's got 7 goals this season. From midfield, wide areas. Is he good enough?
Danish McNeil.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? No, he's put the ball in the net, but no real pace about him and nothing different somehow. Probably nobody there. What's his name? The other kid? Odegaard, is it? The wide player?
Yeah, a bit of pace.
He's not bad. He's only young as well. He's quite lively. He's not bad for Burnley. Trying to think, is there anyone else who you're looking at and going, I'd take him? They've got nice footballers, Burnley, but I don't know whether anyone kind of stands out. Where I go, I'd want him. Luton, obviously just talked about Ross. I like Adebayo, but I don't know. Cut price, I don't know whether you're getting him for cut price, but I quite like him, especially if Dom wasn't to stay. He'd be a abrasive number 9 to come in and knock people about a little bit. Doughty, the left back's not bad. He's had a good season. Ogbenny on the right has done all right. And there's Mengi as well, isn't there? The centre back who's He's a bit hit and miss, but he is strong. Yeah, it'd probably be. It'd probably be.
What about Chong?
He's done well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he moves the ball really well.
He's mobile.
Big Collins lad.
Yeah, I don't think he hasn't got a lot of end product, but I do think he moves the
He
ball.
scored about 6 goals, though, you know.
Well, that's end product for us, yeah.
For us, that's like you're talking like Haaland level.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
The hell.
Yeah.
You're hard, though, aren't you? He's only 24.
Yeah.
He's got 4 and 32. But that's still for midfield. That's quite good for us. 4 and 32. On loan at Birmingham, wasn't he? And obviously he was in United's academy. Yeah, he's not bad. Good size as well, isn't he? 6'1". Yeah.
6'4" with the hair.
With the hair. Don't think you can have enough of them players with loads of hair.
Loads of hair.
You know, we've always done all right. Fellaini, Rom. I mean, that wasn't his downfall because he was still amazing, but he looked more menacing with the dreads.
Looked more menacing, didn't he?
Incredible.
Yeah.
No, he's not bad. He's not bad. Go on, Dave? Who would you take?
I remember when we were kind of linked with Alanga and Sancho and all that kind of stuff. I don't think any of them ever worked out for various reasons, but I actually don't mind Amad Diallo when we're talking about a loan. Obviously, pace.
Obviously, Manchester United haven't been relegated though, Dave. So you can't change your question to suit yourself.
It was a double folded question.
No. Tell me. No. One loan and one purchase, cut price, to use your words, from the 3 relegated teams.
Yeah. we cut price really from the two. You know what? I don't know if you lads agree. Well, won't agree with this, but I don't mind McAtee. You know, I think he's got a bit of a spark, a bit of magic in him.
But he's only on loan for City, isn't he? He's not their player, is he? But he's a good player. Well, he's a nice footballer, yeah.
I just think, you know, we need a bit of unpredictability in that final third, don't we?
Yeah, we need
certainly when I watched the game against the RS, when he done them on the far wing and put the cross in for their goal, he looks like a bit of a live wire. And I don't mind that. I can never say his name, the centre half, like you've just said, the Luton lads with the left foot, big lads.
Mengi, yeah.
Mengi, he's one of the, but I worry about him as another Godfrey, where he's got all again, no idea type thing. Do you know what I mean? Where he's got all the makings that you'd want if you were making a perfect cup of tea. But then when it comes down to it, it's PG tips and it's not Yorkshire tea. That'll be one worry with him as well. But it's obviously we're gonna have to do stuff like this, aren't we? We're gonna have to explore the market and find a bit of value out there.
Here's one. What about Lyle Foster?
No.
Just throwing it out there.
Throw it out there.
He's got a bit of pace. Good, not bad on the dribble. Right-footed. Could play on the right for us. That's what we'd be looking for if we can't get Jack Harrison back. Just
not for me. I'd rather have Alderweireld.
Okay.
If I'm being perfectly honest with you.
Okay.
I'll tell you who's good for Burnley. I mean, there was a mention of Fofana. That's obviously going back to Chelsea, isn't he? They could be looking to loan him out again. He ended up with 4 and 15, but
he's a bit of a maverick, isn't he?
Yeah, I watched him at Goodison.
Doesn't that just mean he's shite?
That's a bit.
No, but when people go, he's a bit of a maverick, doesn't it just mean he doesn't turn up?
I'll tell you who's done okay for for Burnley. I'm not convinced whether I'd take him fully, but Sander Berge, good, huge.
I'll work him out.
Physical. I'm not convinced he's quick enough, but he's done all right for Burnley.
I think the only issue with him, he sounds like something you buy from IKEA.
Possibly.
Do you know what I mean?
Not a meatball. Not a meatball.
Just something within
like a freestanding
something
wardrobe.
within the kitchen department. You see and you go, well,
kitchen.
What are you looking at? Oh, do you know what? I think that Sander Berge should look really good in our kitchen. I think it really would. It's
good size as well.
It set everything off, and you can obviously get, you can get it in different sizes as well. The old Sander. So
maybe pick up a bit of varnish as well. Varnish the old Sander Berge.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that sounds like a euphemism.
It does sound very much like
sounds like a euphemism. That
Dave,
I don't know. I don't know. But I could also hear people shouting, Sander, get back, lad, get back. It's your man. I could see that also happening. That burn a couple of
But
people's throats, that.
we could have like a bit of merch with Santa Claus, though, couldn't we? On that, you know what I mean? At
We could,
Christmas,
like,
Route
yeah.
1. But, you know,
Very Route 1.
why not? Why not?
Sorry, do you
Ned
want something
liked
to
that.
say there, Ned?
Ned, have you got anything to... No? You liked
Okay.
it?
I mean, you could program sound effects into
could
our
quite
very
easily, yeah.
expensive sound machine that you, as a scientist, have not set up.
An audio engineer with a degree in that has not been able to create something, but fair play.
Why aren't you on screen, Ned? Sorry, Dave.
Ned's not going to offer anything.
No,
of
he's not
interest.
off anything.
I'm just putting sound effects.
Here's another 360 one for you.
Go on.
If Patterson isn't going to play, would you load him out and maybe look like I think this is his name that's come back round again, obviously, but Kenny Tete's on a free, isn't he?
First of all, surely a 180.
Yeah, it was 360.
You're back when you start.
Yeah.
He's coming back, mate.
Starting
Well, you
again.
never know. We might.
Well, maybe.
We
Maybe.
might go again.
If you get 360 in darts, you better watch your eye.
I think we've got to play Patterson, personally. I understand there'll be loads in the comments now. He's crap, he's this, he's that.
You think he will, though, Baz?
No. Too young.
That's what I mean.
He's too young to play it right back for Sean. I don't know.
But he's not Ashley Young.
The reality is, mate, I don't know. I don't know what you do with him because I still think there's potential in Nathan Patterson to be Everton's right back. I think very much the way we just kind of went, Michalenko, just play through it and build into it, and he did. I think you've got to sort of do it with Patterson, but because again, I keep saying it, I've never come away from a game saying he's terrible, he can't play there, he's this or that. He's had moments where he's left someone and it's cost us or whatever, but I do think because of the manager's defensive nature, it's stifled the development of Patterson because he's not great defensively. So he's sort of caught between two. Now, you're right, and maybe a loan for a year, just let him get playing football regularly, might really help him. Then we could make a decision on him. Kenny Teti.
Brand's brought him in. Brand's brought him in as well, you know what I mean? So maybe you can look at PSV or somewhere like
Go
that.
to PSV, yeah.
Because they've just lost Dest, haven't they?
Yeah, go and do a pure Brandthwaite for Marcel. Play every week, develop being on the ball, develop attacking.
See, that's not really. I don't really see that as he's got to play, and he really. When you look at our squad,
22.
when you look at our squad, you've got to say now, with the options available to you, you've got to look at it and go, why would we create another problem by having to sign another player when buying players is going to have to be, or bringing on loan is going to have to be for the absolute necessity where we need them. Why would you create another problem?
We've got essentially 4 right backs, haven't we? Godfrey, Young, Coleman and Patterson.
Yeah.
So getting another one would be 5 right backs. That's if Young stays, of course. I think Seamus will stay. But yeah, I get your points. And Kenny Tetty's someone I would have had a few years ago. Me and the Piv done stuff on him a few years ago before he went to Fulham. Everton should have got him, but I think that ship sailed now. Personally,
That's all I've got for you, lads.
Oh, nice one,
Fantastic
Dave.
That was good,
Dave. Nice one, Dave.
that was good.
Nice one. Good to hear you. Good to see that you're sober from Saturday, anyway.
Well, I can confirm that Everton do have chilled red wine and also Guinness in the.
And you
posh
decided to drink them at the same time, I heard.
Yeah.
Fair
Well,
play
you
to
know,
final home game.
Knocky, you never tried it. Yeah.
No. I mean, trying it in one go in the first 15 minutes.
Fair enough. In the same glass.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Fair play.
You know,
Nice.
don't knock it unless you've tried it.
Nice one.
No,
nice
I won't
one.
knock it, Dave. Well done.
Nice
well
one.
done. Good to hear from
Nice
you,
one,
Dave.
Dave.
See you
mate.
later, lad.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Ta-ra, mate. Ta-ra.
There you go. Good lad. Sorry, Jester's in the comments who doesn't like the split screen because it needs to go, and also said that red cloth thing.
Oh, no. He never.
He has.
Oh,
He has. I mean, it's
never.
only,
Oh,
It's
no.
embarrassing.
it's only like the 1985
You've embarrassed
goalkeeper kit.
yourself.
I mean, which is today the anniversary. And
From the European Cup Winners' Cup
European
final.
Cup Winners' Cup shirt that is proudly hanging up behind us because
Oh,
as it
Jess,
says on my
no.
t-shirt, the greatest player ever to wear, pull on a red shirt, as it says on my t-shirt. You've I'll be honest with you, mate. you've had a bad one there.
Yeah.
You've had
Again, I often use this. He's knocked it back without looking.
Yeah.
He's gone full Kevin Brock.
Still Van Distam. Still Van Distam. Against Liverpool.
He's just knocked it back without looking.
It's a pity, really. It's a real shame that you're going to have to hand in your Everton card. But such is life. Such is life. Real shame. Real shame.
Sad.
We'll have a little minute of silence for you at some other time.
It's sad. But yeah.
What a shame. What a shame. To watch someone, to have to mourn someone whilst live, it's just a real shame. I believe Dick Hell's in the comments.
I'm just seeing Darren. Baz is a lower league team snob. He reckons everyone else is awful apart from Everton players.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what on earth, where that's come from. Clearly, someone who's never listened to me or never had a conversation with me, ever. But there you go.
You wouldn't give him a chance to have a conversation because you just talk.
Apparently,
you big snob.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, isn't it? I don't even know where that's come from. That kind of, there's always strange.
The Midlands, probably.
I know, but me, if anyone, is the opposite to that. Really.
You do live in a gated community.
Yeah. What is the opposite to that?
Someone who's
fully open
to anyone who can
anyone and anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've literally said like Semenyo, who Bournemouth got from Bristol City, I think. Ogbenny, Ivan Toney was at Peter. There's loads. Ollie Watkins. There's loads of them. They were good players who were in the lower league. So that's probably as bad a take as Jesters on the red cloth. Really?
Yeah. Feels like they both let themselves down within very, very quick moments.
Yeah. But fair play.
Isn't it? That's fine.
Play.
That's fine.
He also says Tomasi Hartaducci is reporting Pickford, Jared Onana, Dom and McNeil could all be sold.
Because he is the person who's got his finger on the pulse. That person that you just said.
I don't think they'd be sold to stop it going into administration, because that creates about 200 odd million. Steve P says Alderweireld is a talent. He'd have him. Well, yeah.
Sorry, right. Sorry. I think you just missed this, right? So Ned just pointed to the screen, see the name on the screen, and then went to me. Not him.
Yeah, because you would see if I was phoning up my own show, wouldn't you? Fair play.
So who have we got? Baz? Is he in the bath? No. That's good.
Baz in the bath, but he's not in the bath.
Okay,
well, that's good.
It's good.
Baz not in the bath.
Baz not in the bath. Maybe he wants to change his name. He's breaking all kinds of stuff there. Go ahead, Baz.
Right, gents.
All right.
You all right, mate?
How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's very tempting. The garden there, the sunshine. Like I've been patient waiting for you, but
fair play.
You're not that far away, used to, are you? What's with the split screen? You're about 18 inches apart, aren't you?
Well, it's just, you know what, mate? Just a little bit different. Just freshen things up.
I have no idea.
That's all.
You're not in two different studios, are you?
No, we're here.
We're here. Honestly. If only...
Yeah, we're still here.
Waving your hands in the air is going to...
No.
I'm alive.
Pass me something. Yeah.
Anyway...
bleeding water in your stuff. Sorry, carry on, Baz. Apologies. Throwing cups at me.
Couple of things then. I'm still kind of reeling over the 777 stuff. It's doing me head in. So, I know John's probably the best one to answer this, really.
Oh, nice one. Thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks for that, Baz.
Well, you always say that, don't you?
No, he is. He is, mate. He is.
Yeah, I know.
Go on, mate.
And we'll get the longest winded answer in the world, so I'm glad we've got answers. So this 777 thing, right, as far as I'm concerned, we've got this RMF, is it right? It's a media group we owe 200 million to. MSP we owe 150, is it?
Yeah, 159 apparently, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure you'll have an agreement with them where we pay that back in a certain way. So is the deal then for 777? Do they have to pay that debt off with these two parties? Is that what's going to happen? Or are them two parties then going to have a reciprocated deal with 777? In other words, we'll carry on with the debt that's on the, we've loaned to the club, you pay us back interest. Would that happen, or did they just have to pay the full hit to both of them?
No, they have to. I believe they only have to pay MSP back, and that's part of the Premier League's 4 things.
Okay.
I think it's all because the other two, or certainly rights and media funding, that's not like that's one of those things that's been blown up into something it's not. We've been with rights and media in various guises for 15 odd years, probably more in one way or another. I think it might have changed its name a couple of times, depending on when the Panama Papers caught up with them, allegedly.
So what I'm thinking here is, though, they by no means have no influence over this club and its financial dealings, do they?
Oh, that's a grey area because.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, right, so I'm just a layman here, and I'm looking at 777, and I think I wouldn't buy a second-hand car off you. I would honestly, I wouldn't, because you wouldn't get a mortgage off them. So, all right, red flags are all over the place. But if I'm rights in media and you've had a long-standing relationship with Everton and you're happy with you're earning your £300,000 a week interest on the money you've loaned, and you want to reciprocate that deal again, you wouldn't go anywhere near 777, would you? Would you not be putting pressure on Mashiri to say, what the hell?
Well, that's what stopped MSP from taking over the club, is that exactly what you've just said, is that when MSP, according to the reports that were purported at the time, when MSP tried to come in last year or earlier, I can't even remember when it was now, when they came in, they offered less than the value of what rights and media would receive off Everton. So it undercut the deal they had with Everton. And this is where I was saying just then, they vetoed the deal with MSP and stopped that deal going through because they have the right to, because basically if Everton default on the loan they owe them, they get quite a bit of what Everton have in equity. A lot of houses around Goodison and different pieces, and there's the people who know more than me know the stuff that they hold, and they actually stopped MSP from coming in and taking over Everton because the deal didn't satisfy them. So they hold quite a lot of power, but apparently they were satisfied with what 777 were offering. So this is where it becomes
you might be satisfied with what they're offering, but
yeah.
You've then got to, initially you might be happy with what they're offering, but then you've then got to look at their ability to give what they're offering.
Yeah,
that's
of course, yeah.
Different thing altogether, isn't it?
Absolutely, and as we can't really sit here and answer that, can we? But now you would be worried. Like what you think, what you're alluding to is now that all the evidence is coming out. Everything's coming out in the wash. You would. If you were rights and media, you probably would be having a word. Yeah, well, you'd be having a word with Farhad saying, "I don't think these are the right people," and maybe that's the pressure that has been put on Farhad Mashiri, is that these people are saying, "You're not letting. We want our money now before these come in because we're not sure if we'll ever see that money ever again." But ultimately, I don't know what the contracts are like. I have never seen. I don't know what these contracts look like. The contracts, I imagine, will be held with the football club, and I imagine if the club switches hands, it doesn't really matter. Those contracts are with the football club, and I know when Farhad Mashiri took over, he did pay the debt off straight away. And I think that's maybe what the big stumbling block is with anyone else coming in, is that there's a lot of debt to pay. And
I think you've answered my question there, then, because that's what I know the Premier League, if they have, I mean, I've not seen this like in writing yet that they've declared the MSP loan has to be paid back. But if I was rights and media fund, then I'd be saying to Mashiri, I'm not going to rely on £300,000 a month off these because they're not paying anybody else. I want all my money up front.
I mean, of course, today there's a report saying that someone else is coming in and are willing to offer 150 million to Everton, and you wonder whether that is to maybe pay off an MSP right now.
Possibly, then, yeah.
And get the last bit of the stadium funding as well, and then that'll if that's consolidated a little bit longer, and we have a little bit longer to pay for that, and maybe it gets MSP. I don't know what MSP's. What their interest rate is. I can't imagine it'll be any worse than rights and media is. We were I believe is quite, you know, they need to make money, don't they? They lend to people in risk, with risk, so their interest rate's obviously going to be high, like any sort of payday loan thing. Because Everton, I mean, for anyone else listening, Everton have took these for years, and basically the thing is, Everton would wait, normally miss out on targets, and then these facilities would help them pay, and then they'd be repaid basically straight away with TV money. And that's how Everton have been doing it since, like, Andy Johnson and Yakubu. They were both signed with similar deals. I think it was like Philip Green back then, though, wasn't it?
So they've had a fallback position for mismanagement, basically, haven't they?
Yeah. It's and loads of clubs use them, because loads of clubs don't have cash. They have TV money. They don't make any money. Everton have been surviving off TV money for years. Why we need a new stadium? Essentially, why we need a new stadium. But it's all just got very, very complicated, hasn't it? So the ideal situation is someone come in and pay all these people off straight away, but that ain't going to happen. And that's why people are saying, "Oh, go into administration. It makes it so much cleaner." And it's like, it's not really cleaner, is it? It means fucking club goes bust, essentially.
Of course, yeah. But it's not. We all get frustrated by thinking, well, it's a Premier League club which is supposed to be well sought after by everybody, and it's got a brand new stadium. But you know, the actual intricacies of the finances must be so bad. I think that it's just a minefield for people. You know, really.
Ultimately, Everton, to get this money, will have had to have given them promises, and that's the problem, isn't it? As I said, the rights of media, they have got the rights to a significant part of the surrounding area of Goodison Park, and I believe maybe part of MSP have got rights to the new stadium. You've got to give something to get something, haven't you? You can't. We're a club in distress. You know, if you know anyone nowadays, if they've got terrible finance, they're going to have to give up part of the home or whatever it is. That's how people are getting caught left, right, and centre, losing their homes and stuff. So this is the problem we've got right now. So this is, I mean, be great if Tim Cahill could weave a little bit of magic, get one of those very, very rich people to come over. You could just click a finger and get rid of it, but sadly, that's not where we are right now.
No. Okay.
Nice one.
Let's just two little quick things.
Go on, Baz.
One was, what was, you know, I was interested to watch the dynamics of the Tottenham game last night with that, you know, Ange Postecoglou with his views on the fans and stuff like that. And I'm kind of torn with that a little bit, so I'm not quite sure what my view on that is really. But I'm a long-standing season ticket holder at Everton for many, many years going back. Like, but obviously we've got a fierce rival as well, haven't we?
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm just interested to know with you two, where you're, you know, where you'd lie with that, with it being like, you know, the worst case scenario, we could have been, you know, giving Liverpool a lead the other week or something, you know. The best way I can say it is, going back 10 years to when we played Manchester City, I wasn't bothered if we lost that game. That's the best way I can say it, is I wasn't bothered, because ultimately, and I've said this, we did a little thing about it earlier, the way to look at it is like, I know Ange sort of has got a cop on and he's somewhat culture and all that, but we were talking about it before. They've won 3 games in 10. Tottenham. Yeah. So surely that's his job to create that culture, not the fans' job. The fans are sitting there going, I've watched us lose games for the last 3 months. I believe the stat is Everton have picked up more points since November than Spurs have. So that's on him to create that culture. And I seen a video before of a Spurs fan, and he said, if we win tonight, that will be remembered forever that we give Arsenal the league. He said, but if we get beat tonight, it'll be forgotten tomorrow, or what, you know, in a couple of weeks. And that's the best way to look at it, isn't it? You know, when City beat us 10 years ago, and I know we give it a good go, it ended up being 3-2. Ross Barkley scored the worldie that day. No one remembers that, and also no one remembers that Liverpool nearly won the league that season because City won it. So ultimately, I don't think their fans will give a shiny
yeah.
today, to be honest. You know, I don't think they're bothered at all. You could tell by it was really weird atmosphere. It was so quiet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of proper stuck between a rock and a hard place for people. Anyway, just one last one, because I heard you talking about it before. Players that you take, I like that Doughty, mate, from Luton.
Yeah.
And I know we've got McNeil, but, you know, McNeil could be the new Decore for me, the new 10, because you know Decore has been a great servant, but I'm not sure. But that Doughty for me, every time he puts a great ball in, great delivery, great crosses. He works hard. You know what I mean? I'd take him all day, mate, all day long. Maybe two left-footed players might be difficult, but I'll definitely have him. And there's a lad there. I know you said no one from Sheffield United, but what's that? The small fella, is it Hamer, is it, or Hamer?
Oh yeah, the kid they got from Coventry. The one they got from Coventry,
Who did they play last week? Sheffield United. They ended up getting drubbed in the end, but they had chances. And
Newcastle.
Was it Newcastle? He ran Newcastle ragged. He was brilliant.
He's a good player. He's a good player. I just don't.
He's no worse than Harrison. Is my point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not a massive Harrison fan, to be honest. The Derby worked hard, but I'm not. You know, I wouldn't pay any money for Harrison, to be honest. But someone like that, I think there's potential there. But
no, Doughty, anyway. I'm with you, Alfie Doughty, 24
I like
as
him.
well. I think he's decent. Nice left foot.
Got a good left foot, yeah.
I think he'd do all right.
His delivery, I think, they don't really. Everything he puts in is dangerous. You know what I mean? Really,
Definitely,
delivery into the box, and we're still a bit shy with putting delivery into the box, and that's really what Lewin, thrived on when Ancelotti had them scoring goals. We've got to put balls in the area for him, whether he stays or not. And the last thing for me, Pickford, Branthwaite, and Lewin. That's your spine.
Yeah.
Get rid of it, not get rid, because that's not the right thing. But if you have to sell. But don't sell them three. Keep them three. Get us into Bramley Moordock with them three.
Let's hope you're right, Baz.
Yeah.
Let's hope you're right, mate.
Boys.
Nice one, Baz.
I'm going into the garden now.
Go ahead, mate. Go and enjoy the garden. The sun's back out. See you later, mate. Ta-ra. As someone pointed out, Wolves have already voted for that, so it's 13 teams.
Oh, of course. No, it'll be...
And a few will go with it, but then... The issue is, who's part of the 13, who are they? Is it?
I don't know. I'm torn on this, to be honest, because I think VAR can be done in the right way. I just think the refs are crap. And I think if we get rid of VAR, we're going to see crap refs. Goal line technology and the new offside, I think, will make a big difference because the linesman can concentrate more, and maybe the referees would be focused more on getting the right decision and have to really give it. But I've seen, and I'm sure some other people have seen, some of the stuff that goes on in the lower leagues when there's no VAR, and it's shocking. No, it is poor. It's shocking. It is absolutely terrible.
Well, we didn't have VAR 3 or 4 years ago.
I do believe that once the goal line technology comes in and sort of we get rid of
the AI stuff.
Yeah, we get rid of sort of like 2 or 3 controversial maybe decisions and the stuff that goes on when we're waiting as well. If we get rid of that, I think a lot of the other problems will go away, Because I do believe a lot of the time it's just those offsides when we're waiting causes that issue. But refs are still refs, and they're still rubbish.
It's the penalties and things like that, though, isn't it? You see
they're still rubbish, aren't they?
Yeah.
Still human beings making these decisions. So
no, it is. It's not the tools. The tools are perfect because it's giving you the opportunity to look at it again. But you're getting the rules as well. The rules are crap. The rules need clarifying. There's too many grey areas.
Look at the handball situation. Doesn't even need VAR for that. Although I was talking to John about this when you were away, and I can see a day not too far in the future when AI is given offsides as well. Because if you take all of the incidents of what is handball and what isn't handball and feed it into a learning machine and stipulate what is it, then if it hits someone at an arm and you do have a guideline, then surely AI can tell you what is offside rather than the referee. Because you've got so much data. No, well, that becomes an equation. Exactly. Doesn't it? Rather than someone just deciding. Exactly. And if you say, well, Ashley Young's wasn't and this one was, Michael Keane's, straight away you've got 2 ends of the spectrum there, haven't you? And if you feed lots and lots of data into an AI, then you'll get the decision right. Because that's the whole point, isn't it? It's based off learning from previous examples. You'll get the right answer because that's all AI is. It's a learning machine that's going to take over the world.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's absolutely going to. Yeah. I've just seen one here. Moonhunt says here, very worried there doesn't seem to be any interest in the club from serious investors. makes me believe we're in deeper trouble than we can see, and we can see a lot.
No, but it'd all be in the books, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't agree with that necessarily. I am worried that there isn't other investors, to be honest.
It would all be in the books if there was real issues. Like, you know, the PSR would...
It'll just be things like the stipulations of what they want and what the people mightn't be... Or they might, like you said, they might just be waiting till the last second. Might be because of the...
and some other people might come forward.
The exclusivity period. Everyone knows now, the 31st of May's out there now. That's apparently the final cut-off date. We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
We've got Deggs on the line.
Okay.
We've got Deggsy.
Let's do it then. Let's go to Deggsy. I haven't heard from him for a while. So, Deggsy, are you there and what do you want to say?
I'm here, guys. Can you hear me?
Go on,
Can hear you loud and clear, mate.
Great.
Go ahead.
No frog. First of all, can I just thank... I watch all your programmes. I know I've not been live for a while. I want to thank everybody that's asked about me.
Okay.
Thank you very much, guys.
Done.
No worries.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Not really had a purpose to my call today because it's just crap, innit? I don't think really we need to talk about anything until the 31st of the deadline.
Yeah.
And then let's move on after the 31st. Let's see what happens on the 31st and then go on from there. Because if our books were that bad, PSR would have given us a complete nightmare, not just 8 points. Do you not think? If I know we're in debt, okay, but when they looked at they were looking for somebody to punish, and they punished us, and they looked at our books. They checked it, didn't they? And they found it, and they came out and said how much we're overspent. You know, these were figures that were laid out there for us to see after the points deductions were done. So we know what we've got to work with. The clubs, like the technical director, has now come out and said, listen, lads, we've got to sell. We're going to look at the loan market and freebies, you know, so we know that. The 31st is the deadline. Let's see what happens on that day. I think everybody believes that it's going to fall flat its face, but there we go. So what can we do? We just cross our fingers and hope that something happens out in Qatar. We get a mysterious backer, or we get the guy that I remember years ago. Do you remember the Sultan of Brunei was interested in us, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
And that was true. Yeah, he was interested in us. And look now, his nephew apparently is the highest paid footballer in the world, isn't he? It's true.
Because he's paying him.
No, he plays out in Saudi, I think, somewhere like that. But he's, probably he owns the club that's paying him. But there we go. So let's wait till the 31st. There's not a lot we can do about
it's
that.
Easy.
I think we should be exploring these lists. I think of players that's available on a free that would do our. You know, we know we're going to lose 2 or 3 at least.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I don't want to lose Pickford. I think Pickford's quite happy where he is. He's not making any noises to move. I honestly believe that Branfait doesn't want to go. I think he's quite happy. I think he'd be ready for another season. Tarkowski's there. He's solid. We've got a left back. We've got a left back, haven't we?
We have got a left back, yeah.
We need a right back. We need to replace the guy that's gone back to Leeds, because if they get promoted, we'll have to buy him, and he's not worth the money they're asking. You know, we need somebody out wide that's going to take on a man, beat the player, and not double back on himself, because that was his fault, wasn't it? You know, he could take somebody on, and then he'd come back and take him on again, and at the end of the day, he'd lose the ball. He'd work hard, but, you know... He's supposed to be a supplier. He isn't. And with everybody with Doughty, I'd play him in front of our left back at the moment. I think that wouldn't be a bad left-sided defensive as well as attacking with those two out there. I think we've got a couple of people that can fill in at left back. at the moment. Do you think Seamus is going to sign? And under the auspices of he's only ever going to be a backup. And he's there to bring somebody through. Patterson's never going to make the grade, as far as I'm concerned. He's just not going to do it. You know,
a lot would have said that about Michalenko, though, Dex.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but he's been at the club the same time as Michalenko. Michalenko's come on in strides, hasn't he?
Well, only last season. There's been no threat to Michalenko, though, because we haven't had anyone at left back.
No, okay. Fair
I'm not
enough.
saying Dex, by the way, I'm not saying he definitely will make it, by the way.
I don't think
I'm just saying, I think if Everton, if he was forced to play Nathan Patterson for 6 to 8 weeks like he was with Michalenko, we might see something different. But listen, it is
we
what
need
it
a
is.
playmaker. I'd be swapping. If we can get Barkley on a free, I'd be swapping him for Decore, and there you've got a 1-for-1 with a more attacking-minded player. Do you not think? A lot of fans would not be quite happy with Barkley coming back, but for the season he's just had.
Yeah, he's had a great season.
He's had a great season, so it's forgive and forget. You know, I think Decore's played his last. I don't know. He's just had a poor season, hasn't he? What happens to our players when they get injured? They never come back the same player, do they?
You know why half the time, though, mate, is that the minute they're fit again, they just throw them back in. And
is that including Dice fitness?
Well, there you go. I think, listen, Abdoulaye Decore, like I think he's been a good signing for Everton.
Yes, he has.
I think he's better deeper, personally. I think he's an 8 really rather than a 10, because I think in that number 10 role he does score goals, don't get me wrong, and he's done that really well, but I think in that number 10 role you've got to be able to do 2 or 3 things, and I think he can only really do one thing.
Well, maybe you could maybe play him with Garner Gay, who's got to get, and with Uped, you got to give him a contract, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Who's the best player at the football club? Garner Gay. First player on the team, shape, Garner Gay. It's got to be.
Yeah, I'm sure. Listen, we don't know, do we, whether they've given one or not? The lad might want to stay for all we know, mate. He might have.
He's got a young family. He's got to look at the better. He's got to.
Listen, we don't. We just don't know.
He's got to look to his future, hasn't he? I understand footballers. They get the pay, and if you've got new babies, new family, you've got to look for the contract that suits you.
What you would imagine, though, is, and taking out that, though, if Everton do have to sell, a couple of our top players, then surely keeping Adissa Garner Gay is a must, because what is he really taking out of the football club that we're not getting back from selling these players? You know what I mean?
We haven't got a player like him, have we?
No, he's fantastic. I think he's proved in the last 6 weeks how good he is. He's so important to us, and I think he looks. He's played on the front foot. I've found as well. I think he played a lot more on the front foot and trying to get in and around the box as well. I think a lot more, and you can tell he's really wanted it. And he's a top player. He's a really, really top player. I think he's actually been in the best form.
Since he's been back
recently, but it's probably his best form since probably his early days at Everton as well. That first 6 months when he was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
He's one of the best. He's probably one of the best steals we've ever had.
Absolutely,
as a player, isn't he? Do you know
Definitely.
what I mean? And I know a lot of people. I'm one of these people that's on the fence for Onana. But if we can double our money. I'd be happy with that, because you can't. I don't think we can expect a massive transfer fee for Onana. I don't, because he's not proved anything this year, has he?
No, he's not. He's been up and down. It's had times when I think he's done really well, and then other times not so well.
Even the gobshite media, they've stopped talking about him, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? He's incredible this, he's incredible that. It's like the Old Trafford roof. It falls down now and again. You know what I mean? What are they going to do about this game tonight? Have they closed half the stadium?
Yeah, probably move it to the Etihad.
Well, they're going to have to shut some of Old Trafford, aren't they? Because it's not going to be safe, is it?
Might have to play it in that co-op arena.
Give them elbow room.
Yeah. Imagine being sitting under that wall. They have someone confirmed, didn't he, that it's that when it rains, that is the second highest waterfall in England or something. Honestly.
Those seats there, that's where, I go to this restaurant in Southport and Onofrio who gets tickets. That's where we sit, in that corner by the tunnel. And when we were in there last, it was raining and it was wet then. So they've known about it.
It's Manchester.
Yeah, but I don't mean wet outside. I mean wet on the inside, under the roof.
No, I know. No, it was coming through the ceiling in the away dressing room as well.
Yeah,
the place needs condemning. The place needs condemning. They've just let it. I mean, one thing you can say about Goodison Park, I know we all go, this and that about it, too old. But to be fair, the place is still standing. It doesn't leak. We have done work to make sure it's like,
She's got a nice dress. She's got the best dress on she's had on for years.
Exactly, yeah. So, and what they've done to that ground is embarrassing.
Maybe while we get our money together, we can loan them Goodison Park.
Loan it,
let them pay a rent
fee for it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, they could bolster their fans up by just putting safe standing all around, couldn't they?
Yeah, fair play.
Do you know what I mean? Why not?
Well,
let's have three teams in Manchester and two of them are shite. Do you know what I mean?
Be more realistic if they played their old games at the London Stadium, wouldn't it? Oh, you've gone there.
Yeah. Oh God. You put it out there now, haven't you?
That's it. I don't mind.
Well, it'd be a shorter journey for the coaches, wouldn't it?
Hey.
Oh my God! Amongst the pigeons.
It's all
good fun.
Offside. Let's talk offside.
Go on, Dex.
Talk about whatever you want, lad.
Let's go back some years. When I played football, offside. You were offside if there was clear air between you and the last defender.
Yeah, but that and they're looking at changing it back to that as well.
Yeah. Yes. Now, if your toenail is offside now, it doesn't necessarily put you in a better position because you might be facing the wrong way.
Well, when we scored against Brentford and they checked James Garner was facing away from their goal. And he was onside by literally the movement of his back foot. So if it had been an extra frame, he would have been offside. But how can he score from that position?
Yeah,
there needs to be some subtle change where we have that daylight rule at the trial, because
the daylight rule. Yes, that's what it's got to be. I mean, how clear can that be? It's ultra clear, isn't it? If it's daylight between you and the last defender, the thing that he touches the ball with, which is his feet, nothing else.
But I was listening I was listening to Theo Walcott the other night. He was on BBC. And he was just saying, like, he was saying, I don't know how tongue-in-cheek he was being, but he was like, he reckoned he would have lost 30 to 40 goals due to, like, the VAR, the way it is now. He said, because he was trained to be on the last defender.
On the shoulder.
On the shoulder, and that's anyone with pace, to like Thierry Henry or something like that.
I think that's when strikers change from centre-forwards to what they call now forward runners.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's impossible to time your run if you're going to be offside. And hopefully the way it is, and hopefully part of this changes next season, because it won't change as such. With the offsides, will be a lot easier to be quicker and faster because of the new technology coming in.
Yeah, hopefully.
People will still be offside by a toenail, so we have to look at changing that rule, because it doesn't really change the game fundamentally. Players will still mark forwards in the same way. It's just that the forwards will get a little bit more grace. And because, like you just said, no one gets an advantage from being a toenail offside. Nobody.
No.
Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be offside if you're a toenail offside, because how else are we going to judge it? Well, let's give us a new way of judging it then. Yeah. Give us the daylight rule, or the Wenger rule, as they're calling it, where it is, if there's any part of the defender covering you, you're onside. And that's the way I think we should look at it.
Of course, it's simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a simple thing. It's
about
simple.
scoring goals. The game is about scoring goals, isn't it?
And the AI will pick that up.
Yeah. That's it.
You know,
It'll sort it. Don't.
I mean, they play these replays, don't they, over and over and over again. And whoever's got the game on TV, they've already made the decision.
Well, I was going to say, Monday night, I was walking, I like listening to on the BBC on a Monday night, the Monday Night Club on Radio 5, and obviously Liverpool were playing, and you're listening to the commentators. The game wasn't on live, but they were obviously going over to it when someone had scored, and I think a couple of goals got checked, didn't it? A couple of Villa ones got disallowed, and Liverpool's second one, and the commentators and the people in the studio who've got the access to the VAR studio know the lines have already gone up green. And the pause between that, the gap between that and the people here now in the crowd is like 30, 40, 50 seconds. It's crazy. They're going, it's not going to be given. We've already seen the green line. And it's not relayed back to the stadium for like another 40, 50 seconds. It's crazy.
Was it the Derby game when the lad on the cameras on the stanchion was jumping up and pumping the air because he knew the Everton goal was going to stand? And it still took about 3 or 4 minutes.
And Rooney's banging on the window telling everyone it's been given.
Yeah, it's been given. How long does it? I mean, are they using 2 tin cans and a piece of string?
Seems that way. That's all the budget. That's all they've got, the budget. That's all you've ever got.
Well, you know, I don't know. Maybe they should do it through. I don't get it. Technology just. It's a human game, isn't it? It's a human game. Mistakes are going to be made. And also VAR, again on VAR, get rid of referees doing VAR. Let's train up people that know how to use a computer. This is what the law says, and that's the rule.
There's plenty of people out there who need jobs, Degs.
I do.
Aldi, McDonald's, VAR.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Well, I tell people that if they want to go travelling around the world to go and get the McDonald's certificate. Go and get the Fryers certificate all the way, and then you work your way around the world.
There you go.
Get a job at any McDonald's.
So basically, hang on. So what, in the old days, they used to say, if you want to see the world, go in the Navy. You're saying go to McDonald's if you want to see the world now?
Go to McDonald's.
It's how the world's changed.
Do you know, and I'll probably shock you, but do you know what the other one is?
Go on.
You know your Timpson shoe people?
Oh, yeah. We were only talking about them before. Go on.
Okay. If you qualify as one of them, and it only takes about 2 months to get your certificate.
Yeah.
Because all these shopping malls have those sort of have the Timpson's outlets in them.
By law.
Well, not by law, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Go on.
Don't take the piss. You know, I might be older.
I'll be honest, Degsy, you're giving me plenty of material.
I know, but it's true.
Yeah.
You get these certificates, and you can work your way around the world with them. Why join the fucking Navy? Do you know what I mean?
Whoa, Degsy, whoa!
Excuse me.
Before the watershed, brother.
I was in the Air Force. I had intelligence.
You
end
left it there.
up walking at 10 to 2. Do you know what 10 to 2 is when you're in the Navy?
Yeah, when you're doing that.
You're walking around like a clown without the big feet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
10 to 3 feet, yeah.
And you only wear trousers that are 6 feet wide. Do you know what I mean? I can say this because my brother was in the Navy.
Okay.
And he's an idiot.
James W says round the world in 80 nuggets.
Yeah, I like
Tremendous.
that. It's got a ring to it.
Hey, it has, yeah. Well, especially if you find it in the nuggets. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Why don't they give away free diamonds in nuggets? Do you know what I mean? Why give toys away when you can give diamonds away?
Might be not cost effective, maybe.
Yeah, it could be a cost issue.
How much are the pocket of nuggets now? 99 pence.
How much is a diamond?
When's the last time you went to bleeding Mackey's? 99p.
In the war.
Yeah.
Well, how much are nuggets?
Nuggets are probably about, I don't know. A nugget meal's about £9 or something stupid.
What can people afford meals?
The price of chicken's gone through the roof.
As everything else has. Butter, chicken.
Degs, I like what you're saying, mate. We've got a nobody should be saying to people, no, instead of going, bring national service back for this lot.
No,
they should go,
you can't.
Get them in McDonald's.
You can't bring national service back. It's too technical.
Oh, okay.
End of story. It takes you 2 years just to learn to walk straight. Do you know what I mean? Well, every soldier has to know how to use a drone these days, and the weapons are all technical.
Yeah.
It's not you're not walking around with a long dagger on the end
I don't
of your
know.
rifle.
You're talking about a generation.
Talk about basics.
You're talking about a generation that's grown up playing simulated war on computers all day and night. So
there should be, to be honest, Dexy, there should be some of the greatest soldiers ever lived out there who've played COD.
And they all wear all the same clobber.
Yeah.
So they all wear a uniform.
They're all afraid to go outside, though.
Well, there might be that.
I don't know. I think some of them you'd like to stay on the inside, to be honest, Degs.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Anyway.
Can Facebook please do something about the Everton Football Club Facebook page?
Go on, Degs.
Do you know what I mean? It's just a spam page that people believe.
Oh, is this actually the official one or something else?
No, it's not an official one. They just call it the Everton Football Club.
No, Facebook Everton. Go on.
Facebook Everton, is that what it's called? Something like that.
But
apparently James Rodriguez is available to come back and will pay for free.
Yeah.
That's what they're telling everybody.
Facebook Everton groups are notoriously terrible. They're
spams.
They're terrible. Some of the stuff on them is just genuinely. People just seem to believe anything on Facebook. Anything. It's mad.
Ned believed he was going to get paid for a computer on Facebook, if you remember. So the fella walked away with it.
Walked away.
When's his Seagull fight, by the way?
Yeah, we actually need to tie that down. We're in talks.
We have to tie the Seagull down. It's the only way Ned's going to win.
The date.
Yeah.
The date.
Is there a Seagull union?
I've not seen it, to be honest, but who knows?
I mean, will Ned have to be certified?
Well, he probably will get certified at some point.
Stage, yeah.
Because he can't go in those shorts and socks he's been wearing. Can he?
He'll try.
Seagulls will eat him alive, no man, his chips. But there we go.
I think you're
Anyway,
right.
that's about it. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, mate. Take it easy.
For calling in and asking. I'll try to stay in touch as best as
nice
I can.
One, mate.
Good lad. I
watch all your programs. I don't miss
we know this.
Thank you very much, Dex, for your support.
Okay.
Nice one, Dex.
Look, guys, have a good summer.
And you. Will you be surely you'll be in touch before then.
Listen, I need to download something, and it definitely isn't Everton Football Club.
Don't say any more.
No, do you know what I mean? I need to get them out.
I don't know what you mean. But
get in touch with Ned. He'll sort you out.
He'll sort you. Yeah. Take it easy.
I'm a bit afraid now.
You want to be on the other end of the phone? How afraid we are.
To McDonald's. Sort
Cheers,
yourself out.
guys.
See you later.
Ta-ra, mate. Ta-ra.
If you're on Toffee TV Premium, I've just put a picture on there of Ned as a seagull.
Okay. That's Ned as a seagull. Right, a few of these. Gary Ward says it. We're done with the calls, aren't we?
It's like a snowman.
Let's have a look. Right, Dick L.
Oh, go on. Dick L is off.
Ped joked that Everton should beat Sheffield United by 7 goals. But there's some truth in that.
Oh, yeah.
Only beating them by a single goal is a disgrace. I still want Dyche out. Going 4 months without a win is disgraceful. And I'm sick of treading water. It's time to start building. It's time to take a chance. I'm getting old and I need this to start now.
What are we taking a chance on?
Dyche out.
Park life.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair play, Dick. You're entitled to your opinion, my mate. Toffee 2 says shortbread is without question the finest biscuit for dunking. Smash the like if you agree. If you haven't watched the 1878 FM podcast yet, go and watch it. Go on the video, give it a like and subscribe. Why wouldn't you? Don't understand why you wouldn't. Sarah says looking forward to Sunday, early start to our travel and a long day's journey. Just hope it's not like our last away game in London. Last away was the shindig of the year. Abigail says, I saw that we've been linked to David Datro Fofana and Jakob Brun Larsen. Fofana's got 4 goals in 15 games on loan from Chelsea. He's got pace and more development. Brun Larsen has scored 7 goals in all competitions. Bainey says, welcome to the follow-up sequel of the soap opera that is Mashiri's tenure at Everton. Can't believe we're still here 9 months after he accepted the bid. Contradiction, that is Dickie Masters. We can't stop Everton being sold to 777, but here we are waiting this long for some sort of resolution. Dick L says, I just think David Moyes can get similar results as Dyche, but Moyes would have more vision for the future. Moyes will be able to think bigger than Josh Brownhill and Michail Antonio. I don't know, we kept Antonio. Moyes can build and he'll develop young players while maintaining similar results at Dyche. Okay. Grant says, following on from Dave's call before, come on lads, we all know who's coming from the relegated teams. The one and only Josh Brownhill. Everton Viking says, who's the first over 30s player we're signing in the summer then? Jonathan Ricketts says, with all the players leaving this summer, how many do you think we'll get in? I reckon 6. We need about 8 or 9. Really. Tom says, breaking news, clubs to vote to scrap VAR. Abigail, let's take Ross on a free, Chong on loan, and Adebayo on a cut price.
Taking the whole
Abigail wants Luton.
The whole... Yeah.
Would you take Rob Edwards as well, Abigail? There's Ned as a seagull. Okay. Nedgull. Nedgull. Stuart says, is a Toffee TV interview realistic with Tim Cahill? Have to pay him, I think. But we'll see. Andy says, Chelsea offered us cash plus Rom for Branthwaite, or Spurs offered us cash plus Richie for Branthwaite. Which deal would you take?
Say that again.
Chelsea come in for Branthwaite and offer money and Romelu Lukaku. Tottenham come in and offer money and Richarlison. Which one are you taking?
Rom.
Over Richie?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Taking Richie.
Fair play.
Only because Rom's 31.
Fair play.
30. Both would be great deals, wouldn't they, if we had to lose Jared? Mark says all we need is Fortress Sports Fund and the Arteta money and we'll be sound. Brian says, I missed the show today in the office, but whose idea was it to put the kids in charge yesterday?
The kids are all right.
Apparently, that's what Robbie said. We had other things to do, to be honest with you, Brian. But they're back, the adults are back. Arsenal versus Everton on TNT Sports 1 on Sunday, says Eugene.
Yeah.
Jester says, Facebook is toxic. Think you're right. Eugene would go for Richarlison rather than Rom. Pete Patriot says, what about trying to get Richarlison back on a season-long loan? Spurs must still owe some transfers that can be waived.
Surely we'd want the money, though.
Emma has done a heart in the eye. Oh, I get it now. I was thinking, what's that for? But it'll be for me reading Dick comments out.
Don't stop halfway through.
Dick's comments. I was thinking what to call it. It's Dick's comments, isn't it? I think it's that, Emma. If it's something different, please do enlighten me. You've got about 48 seconds to enlighten me. Sophie says thoughts on Master's comments yesterday saying they can't stop the sale of a club. Well, they can. So he's contradicted himself again. But I think what he was saying was basically they've maybe met a loose kind of level what they would pass. But really, he was also saying, if it was me and I was Mashiri, I'd bin them. I think that's what I think he was kind of saying. They've gone past the point where we can reject it. But if you're him, you should really reject it. That's what I think he was kind of saying. It might be the biggest kind of thing he's done to help Everton, maybe just to highlight that again, really, for everyone. We'll see. Stephen says, can't afford to lose many players this year. We flirted with relegation last few years. Look at Southampton, sold all their best players and got caught out in the end. And Fletcher says, in other good news, I like the way Everton have opened up the brick signage to the whole part of the side of the stadium. Classy touch. The new bricks. Ned, we should have put that in the news. And we didn't. We'll do that tomorrow.
Bricks.
Paul says there's no difference between Everton opinions on Facebook and YouTube and X.
No,
everyone has an
they're
opinion
terrible.
whether they agree or not.
No, it's not opinions. It's the stuff people put on there. People just put like the maddest. Like it's not. As I said, it's like when you see like a link or something. Other people on other places, you just go, don't be stupid, as if that's ever going to happen. But on Facebook, it's like it becomes like a 200 message thread on whether this mad thing that you know is never going to happen. It is mad. You see, I'd see some of the groups and I'm just like, what are you talking about? It's just a different world.
Just mad.
It's just a different world.
Just mad. So basically, to finish, the end is the end in sight was the thing for the thing. Well, the 31st of May is a hard deadline, we believe now. Basically, we're 16 days away from it. So we should know one way or the other whether 777 really are done or whether they're on their own Everton Football Club. Seems unlikely, but we'll see. Carla says there's definitely a difference. Everton Facebook is weird.
It is. There you go.
There you go. Right, we're done. Have a great night. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.